Hi guys, welcome to Intuitive Moon Tarot. This is Jen. I am here to do your general all signs love reading today. This reading is probably going to resonate more with those of you that are having some struggles in your connection. So whether you're separated or, this is an ex reading or this is somebody that you're still in a relationship with, but you guys are just really struggling to communicate and you're just kind of seeking some guidance and answers on what's going on. We're going to pull energies for both sides here, for you and for your love interest. So you can decide which side you resonate. Of course, things can go vice versa. This is a general reading. And I think it goes without saying that, personal questions and things that are going to be specifically for you do require personal readings. Those can be ordered by emailing me at intuitivemoon1111@gmail.com. And really briefly, before I get started, I just wanted to express my gratitude and appreciation for all of the love and kindness that I received in my inbox and my Facebook Messenger in regards to just checking in on me while I've been MIA the last little bit. So I did take a brief break. I was closing out a major karmic cycle in my life, you guys, a very significant karmic cycle that I've kind of been just tied and bound to, kind of that devil card energy. And it was intense. But I had a major transformation throughout this experience. And so I'm ready to go. I just needed to clear that out and re-energize myself from that. And so I could push forward into new territory. So we are here and healing and happy. So that's the energy that I want to give to you guys when I do your readings. So here we're going to start. First person, we're going to ask for 3 cards just to kind of give me an overall idea on what's going on. So let's start here for our first person, and we're going to pull 1 card. Oop, 2 cards wanted to come out. Okay, so we have Temperance. I don't know if you can see that. Temperance is such a beautiful card. So this card talks a lot about balance. You can see here that she is pouring the water into the fire, and it's just kind of having that balance. Give me some energy. What can we see for the other party? Please give me some energy. Ooh, 6 of Swords. Okay. 6 of Swords, you might be dealing with an air sign. The 6 of Swords kind of talks about a regretful but necessary transition. It's kind of like letting go, moving away, moving forward. But of course, we're going to continue to get some more information, go a little bit deeper, and put this together. Oop. And we had another card pop out. Judgment. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? Before I get too deep here into what's going on, let me get the last couple cards out. Please give me some more energy for this party. Four of Pentacles. All right, you guys, I'm starting to get a little bit of a story here. One of you definitely, oh, that's too many cards, has a lot heavier energy than the other party. So some more clarification for this energy. Ooh, okay. That was the 7 of Swords. Sorry, guys. Just trying to get these out so I can get rolling. I know you're patiently waiting to get this started. But we want to make sure that we get the right cards. So patience is a virtue, right? And again, if this doesn't resonate with you, it is a general reading. It can't possibly resonate with every single person that watches it every time. But if I'm vibrating on the same frequency as you and our energies match up and you're able to get something out of this, wonderful. If not, please come see me again. If you are drawn to me, there's probably a reason. So if you're on YouTube, you can always subscribe. And that way you'll get alerts when my videos come up. Ooh, and 4 of Swords. Okay. Give me just a minute to look over this. See what messages come through. I see over here on this energy, whether this is you or your partner, I do see that there was either a lack of balance or a lack of equal give and take between the two of you. Maybe one of you was kind of putting in more effort than the other one, or you just felt like things were just really off balance, like things just were not in sync. And that could be with your mind and your heart. And I see now, I think that could have been from, I do see some deception here, you guys. And that doesn't always mean cheating. So, and again, this is a general reading, so I don't want anyone going home and throwing someone's clothes on the lawn or something over one of my readings. If before you do that, at least contact me for a personal reading so we can make sure that we're dealing with your personal story. But deception can be a lot of things. And this could even just be, wanting to bury your feelings, wanting to bury your emotions. That's not what I'm feeling. I feel like there was secrets, and that's what created the lack of balance. Somebody here had something to hide, may or may not have been an air sign, and they were trying to get away with something undiscovered. But, in the traditional tarot deck in this card, you see somebody trying to sneak away from something, but there's people in the far background that see them, that see this go down. And so this person may have thought they were getting away with something. They certainly were trying, but it was brought to light. And now I feel like the other person, I feel like someone here is just trying to seek peace in this situation. It's like this other person is being called to judgment. And over here, because of this deception, you see the 6 of Swords here. So it's kind of like the battle's over now. You see that she's just laying down her swords and she's turned away and she's looking into her future. It's a heavy energy. So this is not without regret, sorrow, disappointment, kind of feeling like, this was quite the fight. This is a fight that's been going on. This is a struggle. But it's just like, what choice does she have at this point? Where, if you can't have balance in your relationship, if you can't have honesty in your relationship, if there's secrets or deception or somebody trying to get away with things and, and a lack of equal give and take, and it's like the fire and the water just puts out the fire. It's not in harmony. And so at this point, and here I see, 4 of Pentacles is like, it can talk about greed. But in this scenario, I see like this person has been holding on to this, they've been holding on really, really tightly. Like this is not something that was easy to let go of. And you know what, the thing about this, and this could even be financial. Maybe this is somebody that you were financially dependent on, and you feel like, letting go of this, now you feel very concerned with how you're going to support yourself, or maybe you're considering walking away, or you're feeling hopeless. This doesn't mean that you're going to walk away. We're not predicting the future here. You're in control of your own reality, of your own future. We don't give our power over to the tarot to make decisions for us or what's going to happen for us. So again, this could just be, in your mind, you're considering, because swords are always a mental energy, you're considering, you're thinking about walking away. Maybe you're feeling hopeless. Maybe you're feeling like, I just can't fight for this anymore. Or what I'm also getting, which I've never seen this before, is like she found all of his swords. And you see these dark wings. It's like this person put this person in a, like on a pedestal almost. Like this person was their, I don't want to say angel because it sounds cheesy, but you know, for lack of a better word, it's like you thought this person was somebody so incredibly light and valuable in your life, and you know, you just admired them. You just saw them in a totally different light. And now I kind of feel like she's found all these swords and she just got her back turned and she's like, what choice do I have at this point? I mean, I can't ignore this. Oh, wow. Interesting. And then there's this fear still, regardless, even after, you know, everything that's happened, if there's a karmic cycle, if there's love there, it's like this fear of like, of moving forward, of letting go, of coming, you know, you've kind of put yourself, you've climbed so far up this tree that it's like it's going to be such a battle to get back down. It looks like a far drop, you know, but if you look down here, look at all of this abundance. Look at how beautiful that is. And these are rose quartz, which are unconditional love. And to me, a lot of people use those for attracting love and romance into their life. But I also think of rose quartz a lot for self-love. And so it's like if she would just come down, she or he, again, these are all just energies. So it makes no difference whether you're male or female watching this or what you relate to or what they relate to. But it's like if this energy would just come down out of the tree, there's all of this abundance down here. But he, she, energy is so busy clinging on to this, whatever this is for you. Whether it's your financial security with somebody, whether it's your emotional connection with somebody, whether it's we've been doing this for so long, I don't know how to be without you, or I'm afraid to be without you, but I still feel like all these swords have been exposed. And this could be any kind of betrayal. This could be they were hiding money secrets or running up credit card debt behind your back. This could be they were on social media, you know, being inappropriate or having conversations that were hurtful. This could be, you know, you just family issues. I mean, it doesn't have to be cheating. Again, it's just there's some kind of deception. There's some kind of secrets. This could be some kind of an addiction problem that was hidden from you, or but I do see there is something that was hidden. And it even could be their emotions. They just tried to bury their emotions deep down inside, and there wasn't a balance. Like you were giving so much and they were burying all their feelings and not sharing as openly and honestly and not being as communicative and communicate. You know what I'm trying to say here. Forgive me, you guys. It's late and it's been a long week for me. And then we have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords talks about rest and recuperation. It's the need to kind of rest and reflect and recharge your batteries and your energy. Like this is the time to go deep, deep within your heart and soul. If you're not ready to make a decision, that's okay. And, you know, also you see that she still has this sword here. So it's like she's laid down, she's defeated, she's resting, she's meditating, she's recuperating. But she's going to get back up. And whether this is to get back up and fight this same battle again, once you're rested and, you know, you've recuperated your energy and you've meditated and you've done some soul searching and some cleansing, or whether this is you've laid all these other swords down of your past. And see, when I see like the three swords there, it could possibly be that I don't have the third party cards here, and the Four of Swords is not a third party card. It's not related to that, but that's just a message that I'm getting. Either way, but you can see she still has her sword here. So it's like she's going to get back up. And this card usually comes with a message, and that message just kind of reminds you that after every battle, after every struggle, after every, you know, big significant change or fact-finding or whatever it, you know, comes into your life, you do need a time to rest and reflect on that. That's not a time to make dramatic decisions right away or to jump and rebound into a new relationship, or, you know, this is whatever this is that you're struggling with. this is letting you know, to me, that this is a time for you to rest, to meditate, to get your head right, to really feel your emotions. Don't try to cover your emotions up. Don't try to ignore your feelings. Feel your feelings. Because you can see, I mean, even though she's sleeping and she's resting, this is cold. This is intense. So I feel like there was a lot of hurt or disappointment, or just feeling very alone. I mean, every one of these cards, to me, this just looks so lonely. And I like to be positive, and I do think this is positive because she's getting back up. This is a reminder that you will return to battle once you're rested. But once we've exhausted ourselves emotionally, physically, financially, once we get to a point of just feeling this, I can't do it anymore. I'm just laying my swords down. I'm exhausted. Like, what is all of this? Like, it's just this complete exhaustion and this fear of like, well, now I've gotten all the way up this tree and I've invested so much into this, and now what am I supposed to do? Whether you've invested emotionally or financially, or you have a family with this person or whatever it is, I mean, there was an investment made here, and you've kind of tied so much of who you are to this situation or this person, and it's very frightening to come down. But really, it's not that big of a drop. And there's all this abundance waiting for you when you're ready. Even if this is you don't want to let go of, the past or the things that you found, but you still want to move forward, and you just need some time to contemplate and rest and recharge your batteries and your energy, so that you can get back up. I mean, it's always up to you. This doesn't have to be over if you don't want it to be over, but what I'm seeing here is like this person is going to be called to judgment. And there's a need for peace, and there is a need for balance, and there is a need for rest and recharging, and just the understanding that you're going to be okay. If this is you, or if this is them, maybe you did something, maybe you hid something and they found out about it, or you were deceptive or dishonest, or you were emotionally unavailable and burying your emotions down, and they were feeling like they don't have any choice but to walk away. There's nothing more here for them. And if that's something that's happening with you and you're wanting to apologize, it's like, give them time to rest and reflect. I'm going to pull some surrender cards here. I'm sorry this is scattered. You know how it goes, you guys. It's general. These were already pre-shuffled, so we're just going to run through them a little bit here on camera, make sure that we're pulling the right energy. But yeah, I'm just really seeing that there is a need for balance so that there can be growth. I mean, this to me represents growth. Butterflies always, of course, transformation. And then here, I just see there's a need for balance and equal give and take. This is like emotion and passion to me. I just keep seeing there's a thin line between love and hate. I see this as like emotional, and this is fiery, passionate. Maybe this is a situation that's hot and cold. Maybe this is a situation that is extremely passionate and then, cold. Maybe there's just a lack of balance here, you guys. Whatever this is, somebody's giving too much while the other person is taking, or one person is more invested emotionally or physically or financially than the other person. And there's just a need for that. And there's something being tucked away here. This person's trying to get away with something. You still see them with wings, but I mean, I hate to say it, but their wings are black. So they've done something. And hard to say what that is without obviously doing a personal reading, but could I please get a surrender card for my first energy here? What does this first energy need to surrender? What advice does the tarot have for this first energy? Surrender your need to be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right by yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationship. So again, I was saying like an unequal, unbalanced. Sorry guys, I'm just listening here for a minute. I just don't feel like there is, like, surrender your need to be right, to always be right. So maybe this is a person who's a right fighter. They don't always consider your emotions, or not always compassionate. Like I said, hot and cold, right? And it's just like, it's more important for them to be right than to be happy. Even though they still have something to hide. Surrender to non-action. I don't think they can make it any more clear here. So if this is resonating for you, this is a very clear message. And I know sometimes we come in because we're so curious and we're like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense for me. But then really we don't always take it to heart. We don't always take what we heard and really listen to it, really, let it resonate within us, feel it in our soul, focus on this, meditate on it. Because this, for those of you who sincerely believe in the tarot and the power of the tarot to help connect you to your higher self, to help guide you, to help bring clarity to your situations, this is really a strong message and an opportunity for you to get some clarity. And this, we don't want to fight against the universe. Guys, I am so stubborn, and I know, and when things are not going with the universal flow and I'm just fighting against it, and the universe will come in and try to clear things out for me that are just not meant for me, and I will just fight against that, even though I know better. And so I've been there, and I know a lot of people do that, but this says, now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. This person, if they want to, whether this is you or them, if they want to make this connection work, or even just to have peace in a separation with you, they're going to have to not be so rigid. They're going to have to take a look at themselves, because they have things to hide. It's like they don't want to admit it. That's what I'm getting here, is like there's something here, and they just can't man up or woman up and say, hey, you know what? I was dishonest, I was deceptive, I did something hurtful, or I was holding back all my feelings and emotions from you and being cold to you and trying to bury things away and not deal with them. And that was wrong of me. And your feelings are valid, and this person's going to have to be called to judgment. And that just doesn't happen overnight. People that have a tendency to do this, sometimes they're really uncomfortable with conflict. Maybe they're really struggling with some personal things. They need to find their own balance, and they're being called for judgment, and I feel like this is their time. This is their time to kind of have to come to terms and be honest with themselves. How can anybody be honest with you, or be open and loving and compassionate and have a real connection with you when they're in this energy? And there's no way to force where somebody's at. You've got to let them come out of this energy on their own. You've got to let them decide that if they want to make a meaningful, loving connection, they can't be deceptive. They have to have equal give and take. It can't just be passion and then cold, hot, in and out. There's got to be balance, equal give and take. There's got to be the passion and the love and the kindness and the compassion and the ability to communicate back and forth and compromise and accept the other person's feelings, and not be a right fighter, and be more concerned with being happy and having a happy, loving connection than needing to be right all the time, or stubborn or prideful, or whatever this is. If this is resonating with you, you know what I'm talking about. And please let me know in the comments too, so that I know my energy is appreciated and that you guys are getting something out of this. But yeah, I'm just seeing right now, it's a time to lay down your swords. And I don't care what you found or what you know or how much stuff they've been holding back from you as far as emotional, physical, financial, whatever it is that all these swords are here. However long this battle's been going, I don't care if you guys have been together for 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 years. I don't care what it is. You need to lay those swords down. And you need to give yourself some time. And you need to let that other person get right within themselves. I just have this feeling like you've just been telling them, maybe blowing them up with messages, because you know how people do that when they're upset. Or it's just like you've been desperately trying to get through. And this is just saying stop. It's not effective. What's that saying? It's just coming into my mind, but it's not clear. I stopped explaining myself. It's a quote. When I realized people only understood from their level of perception. So that's like saying, until they're able to, how they perceive the situation is how they're going to receive the information. So it doesn't matter if you say it in 5 different languages, 500 different ways with 50 different analogies and a whole bunch of articles to support your case, and it doesn't matter. If that's not their level of perception, they're not going to absorb that information. They need their time. I just see this person as a right fighter, somebody that is not balanced within your connection. There's deception of some kind or holding back emotion if it's not deception. And this is just a time for them to get called to judgment. And this may be to have non-action. And when you finally get to this space, you'll recognize that if you could just come down off this tree, it's not that big of a drop. And there's a whole bunch of abundance waiting for you. And after you've had your rest and recuperation and your meditation and reflected on this situation, you're going to come back out of the cold. And you have fight left in you. Maybe not for this. But if this is done and over with for you, believe, she gets back up. She's got her sword. She's resting. She's not dead. She's getting back up. But after your rest and your time to really go within yourself, you may just find that it's better for you to go on your own. I'm not saying, again, it's not a personal reading. These are just messages I'm getting. But I get messages on both sides because there's a lot of people that listen to this, and not everybody's situation is going to benefit from the same decision-making process. But I do feel like if this is you or if this is them, this person needs rest. This person needs to stop being a right fighter, needs to take a look in the mirror, needs to be honest. Oh, this just fell out. Listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but need to listen with a loving heart. What did I just say? It's like this person has been battling and trying to express themselves, and this person can't perceive the message. Not with their heart, because they're too busy trying to be right, trying to keep up whatever it is that they've got hidden or whatever emotions that they're afraid to show and express. They're not being their true selves. They're bearing something here. It's a pretty clear message, you guys. I still see it as very positive because these are all learning lessons. I mean, these are things that everybody needs to learn that would benefit almost any relationship that's really struggling or has, these types of scenarios. So we're going to pull, that's an oracle, a love oracle card, and we're going to pull one for this side as well. Thanks for bearing with me tonight, you guys. I'm just kind of getting back on track, and I've been a little bit rusty here. I've been in this Four of Swords energy. And I'm just getting back up, coming out of the cold. I'm still defrosting. So thanks for your patience with me while I put these messages together. And I apologize if I repeat myself. A lot of times I just keep hearing messages, and so I get caught up in that loop of repeating myself. This person asked for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. Yeah, you guys, this person isn't getting what they need. There's a lack of balance. This person is not getting the love and support they need. I don't think that this is a time to ask this person, because this person needs to learn to work on listening with their heart and not being defensive and needing to be right and needing. This person has a lot of work to do over here, and it doesn't mean that somebody has to be perfect to be in a loving connection. You can grow together, absolutely. But in order for anything to grow together, this person needs to be heart over ego. This person needs to care more about the happiness and the overall peaceful connection and love. And, that's the most important things. It's not fighting about who's right and who's wrong all the time and needing to prove your point. It's very hard for love to live in that space. You kind of have to pick heart or ego. They don't really go very well together. So that's what I'm getting. If this is you over on this side, take a break. Lay your swords down. This person can't hear you effectively right now. And you want to reserve your energy. Reserve your energy. So that when you are ready to get back up and battle again, whatever this is, whether it's struggles within your life that you're dealing with, mental, physical, health struggles, your relationship struggles, financial struggles, parenting struggles, whatever it is that you're dealing with, you need to reserve your energy for you right now. You've done and said everything you can say. This person has a responsibility to take responsibility for their actions and their lack of equal give and take, and their being hot and cold, and their being a right fighter, all of those things. That person needs to figure that out. They need to, and they're going to need some time to do that. And in the meantime, you need to rest and focus on yourself. Ask your friends and family for help and support. Ask your spirit guides for help and support. And when you're in this type of energy, this is a perfect time. This is when you go within and you meditate and you connect to your higher self and you connect with your spirit guides and you say, this is what I need. This is what I want. Like, please help me through this. Ask for peace. Ask for, because this is a heavy situation, you guys. I feel like there's a lot of stress about letting this connection go, or about how this is going to affect you financially or emotionally. And there's just a lot of fear about letting go. But the battle that you've been going through up until this point, I think that's over. There's a necessary transition here. That has to end. If you want to move forward together after you've put all your swords down, they've come back with a loving heart, and they, and the need to be happy more than they need to be right, and to have a connection with you, and to have balance in there. Maybe it's a temper situation. I don't know, hot and cold, in and out. That's what I'm getting. This relationship is having a really hard time growing because of that energy here. And this person, you can't do anything if you're exhausted. So there needs to be a transition one way or another. And that's what I am getting, you guys. I hope that was helpful to you. I know this was a little bit long, so thanks for hanging in with me. Again, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. If you're on my YouTube, you're always welcome to message me on Facebook or join me on Facebook as well. Also, Intuitive Moon. And then my email, intuitivemoon1111@gmail.com for personal readings. I have really good deals, and we can do phone readings, so you can be anywhere in the world or the country and I can connect with you. So if this is resonating with you and you want more information, you can always reach out to me there. Or if this wasn't for you and you're in need of some immediate guidance, I have emergency readings as well. So just let me know how I can be of help to you and how you liked this. I really appreciate you sharing your energy with me tonight. Love and light.